Welcome to Louisville, Kentucky, as we get set for the senior women's session of the 2026 Winter Cup. Athletes will compete for spots not just on the national team, but also a spot on the Mixed Team Cup in the American Cup, coming up in just 2 weeks. Competition gets underway next. Stay tuned. Welcome to the Kentucky International Convention Center for the 2026 Winter Cup. Let's listen in now to our PA announcer, Dan Mowdy, for march-in of these amazing athletes.
USA. Tonight's competition features the top senior women. They're all here in Louisville from all around the nation, contending for apparatus medals, vying to win an all-around title, and striving to earn a place on this year's USA Senior Women's National Team. Competing in the 2026 USA Gymnastics Winter Cup, starting on vault for Woga, Claire Peace. For Texas Dreams, Caroline Moreau. For Woga, Isabella Anzola. For World Champion Center, Reese Esponda. And for Woga, Hesley Rivera. Starting off competition on uneven bars. For Hills Gymnastics, Alessia Rosa. For IGN, Greta Crow. For Metroplex, Lila Richardson. For Capital Gymnastics, Charlotte Bullock. And for San Mateo, Ellie D'Amelio. And starting off on beam, for Gage Gymnastics, Kaylee Sath. For Gage Gymnastics, Annalisa Milton. For Gym Extreme, Izzy Stassi. For Georgia Elite, Addie Fulcher. And for Pacific Reign, Simone Rose. These are the senior women competing in the 2026 Winter Cup for senior women. At this time, we invite you to please rise if you are able, remove your hats, and direct your attention to our nation's colors for the playing of our national anthem.
To succeed in gymnastics, it takes strength, determination, dedication, and it takes you. The USA Gymnastics Foundation raises funds to empower athletes at all levels and disciplines of our sport and to enrich communities for all-around success. Give to the USA Gymnastics Foundation today because their success starts with you.
Better. Okay.
Oh my God. Welcome into the 2026 Senior Women's Winter Cup. Trinity Thomas, we are joined not by just a legend in the NCAA women's gymnastics, but also Beacon, our support mental health dog, and also the best possible title that we could have for Mr. Beacon is the goodest of boys. Trinity, are you ready for the Senior Women Winter Cup Championships today?
I absolutely am. I'm so excited for these young ladies and for the juniors that have just moved up to seniors as well. So it's going to be an exciting competition.
I'm so excited to watch not just all these young women that have been working all year, but also those who are going to make the national team. As we spoke about for the juniors, this is a re-ranking event, and the re-ranking event has not historically happened for the women. They have traditionally had multiple months, almost about a year actually, before they have to remake the national team in August. So this is going to be an exciting event and also a marquee premier event that's happening in the next couple of days. In about 2 weeks, just in fact, is the American Cup. I know there are many of these senior athletes that want to make that team.
Yes, absolutely. And this is a high-stakes competition, obviously. Just like you said, it's not only to make the national team, but also the American Cup, which is one of our first looks at this mixed event.
I'm so excited to watch not just the marquee athletes, but also maybe the athletes that may be just able to make an opportunity to make the national team for the first time. I've got no idea the impact that this one-day competition has on the national team. And Beacon, do you have anything to say, my man? Rough. I think that's what he's saying. Oh, what a good boy. Man, we are just so blessed as an organization to have the opportunity to not just have all the resources to go to all those international competitions and all the type of junior national competitions and camps and whatnot, but also to have opportunities like this. Because who doesn't love a goodest of boys like Beacon?
Exactly. If you are stressed, be stressed no more, because Beacon will give you all the kisses.
Well, Trinity, I'm really excited to watch these senior women make their dreams come true, making that senior national team, and we'll get into that, what kind of moment that is for their career, how big of a moment it is to get on that career, which you obviously have made yourself. So really looking forward to getting underway here in the next couple of minutes. So look forward to having this competition start soon.
Nailed it, Beacon.
Awesome. Yeah. We do have MAG team. The MAG team, the men's team actually also does have access to Beacon. He's able to come to all of the major events. When we're able to have him, I feel less stressed, like Trinity said. But as you can possibly imagine, I didn't get to actually enjoy Beacon as much while I was training and competing. I was a little bit more focused on the competition at stake, but these days I get to hang out with Beacon all the time. And we're just working through a couple of small little technical difficulties, but we are so thankful for Beacons to be here.
And he is literally the softest. Oh. And so sweet.
So Trinity, we obviously just watched those junior women today. Great competition. A lot of difficulty that was trying to be done. Maybe not perfect yet. Obviously, we're probably going to be seeing not perfect gymnastics today, but a lot more polished. Obviously, getting to this stage in your elite career, it's a big moment. A lot of big gymnastics going to be done. Notable names, maybe not here, maybe not those names that most people are used to. The Simone Biles, the Jordan Childs, Suni Lees, etc., that have dominated maybe the names in the last couple of years. However, after talking with the high performance directors, they're excited about that for one reason. It gives these juniors that chance to capture that new #1 ranking inside of the U.S.
Yes, and some of these ladies have some international experience, some not so much, and some are obviously new to the senior division, and it's going to be very exciting to see how they rise to the occasion and how they step up and compete what they've been practicing.
Trinity, do sparkles ever fall off or get in the way of your leotards? Chad's asking.
Okay. Sometimes they do fall off, but honestly, the leotards are made so well that normally there's not really an issue with that.
Sure, sure. Well, Trinity, what are you looking forward to seeing today?
I'm honestly just looking forward to seeing some great gymnastics. Obviously, we sat here and watched some of warm-ups, and just like that vault right there, just incredible. So I'm excited to see how these girls compete.
Love it. Well, as our amazing PA announcer said, the competition is underway and beginning now. Rotation 1, and we have Kaylee Sath on on the beam.
And starting off on beam for Gage Gymnastics, Kaylee Sath.
And Kaylee Sath is one of those first-year seniors that we were just talking about. So I'm just excited to see these juniors that are now seniors stepping up.
And Kaylee, in a couple of events, will actually also have a very unique uneven bars dismount that, if you're not ready for it, might catch you off guard. So Trinity, we talked about this already, but starting on balance beam, I imagine can be a huge momentum boost if you get it out of the way early. With skills like that, with a double series, that looked incredible.
Yes, that was incredible. She looks calm, cool, and collected up there.
First event and the first one to go. You kind of got to create that momentum yourself today.
You absolutely do, and you have to be able to stay calm. Obviously, the nerves are there. Nerves are normal. You just have to learn how to control them, and she's doing a great job of exactly that. Small adjustments here and there, not a big issue at all.
Sure, that's what I'm seeing, and we talked about this, that the main thing today is there's going to be mistakes, but how small can you make them? Don't let the train fall off the tracks kind of thing.
Yes, absolutely. And also just working through them and working forward after them. Mistakes are going to happen, but how do you move forward after that?
So far, so clean. Great start. Very similar to the juniors. I have such an appreciation for these young women and how they carry themselves.
Yes, that was a great way to start the meet.
It's kind of a big breath of relief, huh? Getting through beam.
Oh my goodness, yes. The biggest breath of relief. You land on your feet for the dismount and you're like, oh, thank God.
Here we have Claire's vault with a Yurchenko double full. Much, much bigger than some of those other juniors that are trying maybe this vault. That takes time, right? They're going from that Yurchenko full to Yurchenko 1.5 to then an amazing double full like that with a massive 14.25. I have no doubt that's going to send her close to the top of the leaderboard.
Yes, not only did she just compete a Yurchenko double full, but she just about almost stuck the landing as well. So she's really working on those details.
And now she's going for that second vault, which we have talked about with the high performance team. 2 vaults is another medal opportunity. Running hard at this table. Half on, half off.
That was
really
beautiful.
Clearly done. And you got to think she's training up.
Oh, absolutely.
And now coming up on bars is Greta Krob.
Greta is another first-year senior.
Sure.
Beautiful release.
That jump looks immense, though. It especially comes out on bars. It feels like they go from having maybe one connection to the whole routine has to seem, it feels like these are 3 new skills that I didn't see the juniors doing.
Very nice dismount. We're off to a really good start, Paul.
Sure. You got to think, these are the women who have already been here before. As we talked about, some of these juniors that was their first time at this competition before. Maybe they're a little bit worried. They're definitely a little bit nervous. They're not 100% sure of how they're going to do. These ladies, they've been here before.
Yes, they have, and they're just building and building and trying to get a little bit better every day, each competition, and that's what it's all about. Another step in the process.
Carolyn Monroe now here on vault. You got to imagine, is the double full right now kind of the standard if you want to be in the elite talks?
I would say it is.
That's ready to go.
A huge Yurchenko full. I'm sure, again, she's probably training up in the gym, but it's better to be safe and consistent in this meet. So that's what she's comfortable with, and that's what she's competing, and it was beautiful.
Man, I see some of those Yurchenko fulls in college where I'm like, come on, give me at least a 1.5. I know you can do it. That double full's ready. Caroline, from me to you, you're ready. And Elisa Milton now on the beam. So today, obviously a much smaller group, only about 15 elite athletes competing today. Hope to be able to see almost all of them competing. And for those routines that we don't get to see on the stream, just a reminder that they will be available on YouTube. You'll be able to watch every routine from the elite page, from the Elite Team Cup and all other sessions of Winter Cup on the USA Gymnastics page. There currently is an error that the team is working through that is capping the upload amount that they can do day to day. So please be patient as the routines are being added, but they will be added, have no doubt.
Now on ball for Boca, Isabella Panzola.
And Elisa here, looks like she's got those ankles kind of taped up quite a bit. Gotta imagine there's a lot of damage that goes on. Trinity, you've gone through some pretty significant ankle injuries, haven't you?
Unfortunately, I've had a few ankle injuries myself. I'm not a huge fan of ankle tape personally because it feels so restrictive to me. I feel like I can't move the way that I need to, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
Gotta do what you gotta do. Nice 1.5 off the beam. Well done. And again, maybe not perfect, but she stayed on, and it didn't look like there were any massive breaks there.
Yes.
Yurchenko full there. Looked like she got, Isabella there got a little bit too far on the end of the table. Didn't get that block that she necessarily needed to, but I'm sure it's one of those things. You're surrounded by really great gymnasts. You're going to be able to learn from them and go back to your gym and say, hey, how do I get to that standard?
Now on ball for world champions, Grace Esponda.
Richardson here. So far, so clean, I would say. Obviously didn't look like a jam-packed routine full of difficulty, but clean and steady, and that might be the name of the game for some of these athletes.
Yes,
today.
and she has a very natural swing.
Sure. Trinity, that was very interesting there with the leg split. I obviously know gymnastics, but before we get into that, Reese here on vault with the Yurchenko double full, stuck ice cold,
Absolutely
ice
incredible.
in her veins. So we talked about momentum after hitting a beam set, right? What's that like to do a Yurchenko double full and nail it right at the start? Is that wind behind your back going into the rest of the meet?
You know, I personally wouldn't know what that's like.
Sure.
However, I can only imagine that that feels so good and makes you feel so confident going into the next rotation.
Here we've got Hesley, one of those members of that 2024 gold medal winning Olympic team. Hesley herself obviously gets to hold the title, Olympic gold medalist. Here she is on the beam, on the vault.
All right.
Fantastic.
Very good.
Chat, I called vault the beam. Come on. Going back to that double layout, Trinity, obviously that's got to be a deduction. Is it always a deduction? You know, I know there's that you can split your legs coming through the bars because of height and because of, you know, distance and everything, but when you're in the flip and you're getting off the bar for the actual acrobatic movement, it's the same form that applies to the men and the women. Everything tight, toes pointed, knees straight, all the same.
Correct. If those legs are apart like that, that is a deduction. Sometimes at the end of your routine, when you're tired, you're trying to will your way around, and I'm sure that's kind of what she was doing in that dismount there. Was able to get it to her feet, which is the most important thing.
Sure.
So, but yes, that is a deduction.
So obviously come back to the gym and work on that.
Absolutely.
Now on even bars for Capital Gymnastics, Charlie Bullock.
Sure, so now we have Izzy Stassi coming up on the balance beam. Is he one of those names that we've seen around before, right?
Yes. Izzy's done a great job. And that series right there, a side aerial layout step out, is very difficult. I competed that for a hot second, and it's really hard because the side aerial, if you kick a little bit around the side, you're off the beam. So when you do a back handspring, it's straight over the top, really. But if you're going around the side, it's a little bit more difficult. Oh, fighting for that front aerial. And that's the fight we're looking for, though. You don't want to just hop off the beam. We're not giving up. She fought till the very end of that. She could have easily just jumped off the beam.
So obviously those juniors, they're starting their recruiting journey maybe very early. You know, they're seeing their names are starting to populate those same leaderboards. You know, they're at the very top. But these girls, some of them are right in the middle of that recruiting cycle. They're going on recruiting trips. They're going on, they're having conversations with college coaches. Would you say that they're looking at this competition as the next kind of 5-star recruiting class?
I mean, absolutely. Some of them are already committed. Some of them are being recruited currently. So absolutely the college coaches are watching to see, again, not just how well they do at this one competition, but how they carry themselves, how they interact with their coaches, with their fellow competitors, things like that.
And now we've got Charlie Bullock, which actually, Trinity, you were just telling me, is a runner for one of your top in the all-around today.
Yes, and this is her very best event, her favorite event at that.
See why.
She is incredible.
She already has that international look to her. She's got those long, incredible lines. She actually got first on uneven bars at every competition that she's been to since 2025. What?
Every single competition in 2025, first on the uneven bars. Just a beautiful bar swinger, so incredibly talented, great lines, so precise.
Trinity, I saw that tape kind of all the way up to almost her elbow, you know, with pre-wrap and tape. How do gymnasts decide whether they're going to be wearing, you know, wristbands, uneven bar, or excuse me, you know, pre-wrap, stretchy tape, regular tape, rubber bands, and whatnot? And by the way, if you ever use strap grips, you should definitely be securing them with Gymnastics X bands.
Everyone's a little bit different. You keep trying things until you figure out what works for you. For me, I was getting rips on my wrist all the time, so it took me finding a bunch of different ways to not only heal my rips, but then hopefully keep myself from getting any more.
Sure. Great set there for Elisa Rosa as well. Oh, just an unfortunate kind of dismount there, you know, just kind of maybe didn't finish that skill the way that she wanted and wasn't comfortable and didn't want to continue. It's really tough to just abruptly stop. I know that you have this mental idea of how you want your set to go, and then just in the middle of it, you're off.
Woo!
That was extremely cool.
Incredible. And again, being able to get back on track. Obviously, that Weiler didn't go the way that she wanted it to. I did a Weiler, so I know that when you come in a little bit wrong, you bounce right off the back, unfortunately.
Sure.
And you come out short of handstand, which is exactly what just happened to her. But look at the way she's getting her routine back on track. Dismount. Oh, poor thing. Came off a little bit early. Didn't quite get the heel drive she needed into that double front dismount.
Here now, Addie Fulcher from Georgia Elite on the balance beam, starting off her day of competition.
She's one of those first-year seniors that we've been talking about.
Really like that extension on these aerial type movements, and also all the back handspring work that she's had. Incredible. And again, those wolf turns coming in late in the routine.
Love that.
Yeah,
How
I love
beautiful
that.
is that?
Yeah, I love that. And I was talking about this earlier with the juniors. I really do appreciate the kind of unique routines that you find that suit one's strengths. That kind of maybe goes away a little bit in college, but I don't blame anybody for that. You find a system that works for your team, that works historically to get high scores, close to 10-0 scores. Why not just everybody do those routines? But here, you know, there's a lot more freedom that I see these gymnasts. Everybody's got a different kind of routine.
Very nice beam routine. I love this little skill here, or more dance-like, but it's beautiful. I might try that later.
Yeah.
Actually, when me and Caitlin were on tour with you guys, I was trying, or Caitlin was trying something like that, and I was actually trying something. It didn't go like that. That was beautiful. Ours didn't quite look like that most of the time. But.
I hear you. I personally actually would never, in my mind, understand tumbling on that 4-piece of wood. It's scary. It's really, really painful. I think that's what people forget. It's not like forgiving like floor. Tumbling high and landing on floor, that's great. You can even put down some mats, I get it. But on a small little piece of wood, it hurts. You land on your toes. I see people's feet and toes are all beat up, bruised up. They're bleeding.
Yes, and nothing like a good old beam bite when you slide down the side.
Beam bite. I like that. I like that. Well, one of the athletes that I'm extremely excited to watch right now, coming up next, Simone Rose.
Oh, I just love her. She's phenomenal, and I love the way that she performs her routines. Sometimes when you're younger, you don't quite learn how to perform until a little bit later in your career. She figured it out early on.
Sure. What I'm really excited to talk to everybody, though, in the chat, I don't think they understand that we've got the chat live right here, enjoying the company, 3.1 thousand, the most amount of viewers we've had all weekend. Truth be told, I'm a little bit intimidated, but I'm loving it. And, you know, women's gymnastics for me is a learning experience. I've been lucky enough to have my fiance who competes on the NCAA stage, and I've been able to learn a lot about NCAAs. But Trinity, I'm going to be leaning on you a little bit today for this fig wag.
Sounds
and that
good to
means
me.
Federation of International Gymnastics, Women's Artistic Gymnastics, which I've just been told is actually now called World Gymnastics. So WGFIG. Excuse me, WGWAG. Chat, I'm cooked.
We're just going to give Paul a moment and watch Simone Rose go on beam.
Thank you.
A little bit off on that mount. She's supposed to connect that whole leap series.
So Simone coming from that same era of that 2024 Olympic trials run, that squad, what has she learned from that whole Olympic process?
Oh my gosh, I'm sure so much. She got to watch how the entire process works. She's a phenomenal athlete. This is her favorite event, and she was the 2025 Winter Cup champ. So this meet, she won last year.
It's got to be nice to be in the same arena. Hopefully better gymnastics, newer gymnastics, but nice to be in the same arena, same kind of position for all of the equipment. It's got to feel familiar for her. I imagine she's going to want that all-around back-to-back title.
Absolutely.
Which is going to be tough to get. Oh, fantastic back 2.5 off the beam. I saw that little shoulder shrug there, Trinity.
That's just what she does.
That's just what she does. Well, everybody, we thank you so much for joining us for that first rotation. Looking forward to seeing the leaderboard, and we'll be back in just a few moments.
Showing beautiful control. She's clearly a crowd favorite.
The most reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Guaranteed. Xfinity. Imagine that.
Keep going. Keep working. Keep climbing. And always keep playing. With the exceptional orthopedic care at Baptist Health, with a skilled team of dedicated specialists, along with advanced services and procedures, it's no wonder most people choose us to help them keep moving and doing the things that move them. Find a Baptist Health provider today.
Come see gymnastics like never before at the 2026 American Cup, March 7th at Lee's Family Forum. Be there as Las Vegas hosts this international team showdown with the world's best men and women competing side by side in a high-stakes elimination format where only one nation remains. You've never seen gymnastics like this. Tickets on sale now. Visit AmericanCup.com for more information. Don't miss any of the excitement at the 2026 American Cup.
Trinity, we're back. Let's check out the rotation. After rotation one, the standings in the all-around. Leading, at least starting on vault, there's 14.25 from Claire Peace. That makes sense. On the women's uneven bars, we've got Charlie with that 14.4. Do we think that that's going to continue her reign of all first place uneven bars?
I think that just might do it.
Moving on now to the beam. We've got Simone Rose with that 13.05. Obviously, starting on beam, you're just trying to survive, really. And then finally, the floor. We've got Charlie. Or excuse me, oh no, because we had the, gosh, chat, I'm cooked today. We've got the women's all-around Charlie Bullock, obviously, with that 14.4 in first. However, even though Reese did not do 2 vaults, she's still going to count that first vault, that Stuck-Yurchenko double full, to her all-around score. So there's Reese. And ladies and gentlemen, what a treat do we have moving into this rotation 2 with the legend, Chelsea Memel, joining us today. Thank you so much for being here, Chelsea. Thanks so much for taking your time. But the first question I have is, I see all these training videos. Should we see you here next year? And I get it. Do we need to have a tumble track event?
Tumble track event, I am 100% in. Other than that, nah.
It's awesome. Chelsea, what kind of momentum are you guys finding yourselves having after a 2024 dominant performance by USA? You got to think, coming into this Olympic cycle, 2028, just on the horizon. It's already 2026, mind you.
Yeah.
Already 2026, 2.5 years away.
Yes.
What kind of things do you want to see from these amazing gymnasts today?
Right now it's a little bit early in the season, so we're hoping to see, we have some new juniors who moved up to seniors, which you saw with Charlie. She's leaving bars, so that's really exciting for her. We want to see some of the upgrades that they've been working on the off season. We'd love consistency, but we know it might not be there just yet, but we want to just continue to see these athletes growing into their gymnastics, trying to keep pushing the envelope a little bit so they're on the right path to where they want to be to set themselves up to make a team in 2028.
Sure. So this is obviously the core group that could be there. Obviously, some names not here today, whether that's the NCAA season, whether that's healing some bumps and bruises, or maybe major bumps and bruises, they're not here today. But can I confidently say that we're looking at a potential couple of future Olympians in the room?
Yes, you could say that.
Wow.
It's exciting stuff.
Wow. Trinity, I can only imagine how this feels for you. It's a little bit calmer to be in the booth talking to the high-performance staff instead of waiting on their decision about a team.
I don't know. My hands are still a little bit sweating.
Me too. That national anthem got me, and I kind of feel like I was going to compete. And I don't even do 2 of these events. Well, Chelsea, obviously, we've got such a great pipeline, right? I was able to watch with Trinity this morning.
Yes.
The great juniors that are, like you said, making that next step. Mm-hmm. What makes that jump so difficult, and what makes it hard to compete from junior to senior, and why is that usually not just an overnight transition? For the men, sometimes it honestly feels like it's a 1 or 2 year process, but it's just getting stronger, aging. Why is that a lot more tough for the women?
It seems, you kind of already said it. Some of them need that year in between to continue to grow, or they're growing taller. They're getting used to their body and adjusting their skills, and also trying to build that strength so they can keep doing that and keep adding the difficulty while, keeping that clean execution. But some of them do need just that year, of almost just an awkward teenage year.
Sure.
And that's what it is. To do that, and it is hard. Gymnastics is hard, and if some of these skills they take a little bit longer, you might be able to do them into the pit, but they're just not ready to put on the hard floor. And I think that is smart for some of them to take their time learning these skills so they can continue to push when they're most ready.
Just like that double layout, right? We weren't able to watch that big of tumbling from those juniors yet. It feels like they just have to grow into that gymnastics self.
They do. Some of them do. Some of them can get there and they're making a big splash in their senior, but maybe it's 1 or 2 events and not fully into the all-around. It's athlete to athlete.
Sure. So speak to us, Chelsea, a little bit about what the environment is at national team camps the last couple of times you guys have been there. I know how impactful that is for the juniors and the seniors to be there, whether together or separately. What's that energy like in there? Obviously, 2028 on U.S. soil. That's a mouthful and a big thing to bite off of.
It's big.
How does that feel?
Well, I will say I've been very excited about the last few camps that we've had. We've tried to go into these camps being a lot more mindful about planning, about having a theme that we really get behind for each camp. Our January camp was ownership and accountability, and we're also bringing that through everyone with also having a little bit of a different type of theme, but always tying back into taking ownership and accountability of your gymnastics. So I think being more, like I said, mindful about that and having a constant theme and a constant phrase that we can all get behind, it makes it better. And the athletes are phenomenal. They're such a great team. They're supportive of one another, not just in their own groups, but supporting the entire camp as a whole. And it's just been a really incredible thing to see, to continue to unfold and them to grow into like newer athletes who growing into a leadership role, and to watch them embrace that has been amazing.
And how do you use your own personal Olympic experience to inspire them and to help them through theirs?
I try to do that. We want to, continue to like maybe share a little bit more of like our journeys and our stories, because like all three of us on the high performance team like have been through so many ups and downs and different things in our careers. So I feel like we can relate a lot, to these athletes, whether they're going through an injury or maybe missing out on a team or not quite getting this, but making that at least one of us has been in a very similar situation.
I can also imagine that just you guys are all three of you, Betty, you, and Alicia, are all just aspirational women to want to grow up into. A great healthy relationship with gymnastics, I think, is something that everyone believes is super important. I can speak for myself. I've had a really smooth transition out of my elite experience, and I'm blessed because of the people that were surrounded there that allowed me to model myself after. I took the good that I saw in a lot of those male role models that I had, and I was able to model my life after it. And now I'm behind the booth and I'm talking to Chad and I'm having a good time. I want to be involved with the sport, and I think I can only imagine, and we'll have a chance to hear from our brand new CEO, Kyle, in just a little bit, but that's what's important about this next generation of athletes.
It is. That's really important to me because I feel very fortunate the experience that I have, that I'm continuing to have with this sport. I love it so much. I love being here. I love, my own like continued gymnastics journey with just having fun in the gym. And I want every athlete, not just the athletes here, but everybody to look back on their career one day when they decide it's time to retire and be like, I'm so glad that I did that.
Sure.
And that's what I want to help them, just be a small part of their journey. But I hope that they can look back and be like, I'm so glad I did gymnastics.
That's so beautiful. I love that.
Awesome. Well, listen, Chelsea, we thank you so much for sharing your time. We know that you have extremely important international assignments to make decisions on, a brand new senior national team, a re-ranking event. How exciting. We don't want to take away your attention from this meet. We're just going to keep having fun with the chat. We thank you for being who you are, and especially just like I said to Alicia, thanks for being who you are for these young ladies. Thank you.
Appreciate that. Thank you both.
Appreciate you hopping on.
Thank you.
Of course. Oh, that was a good question. We should have asked her how she's doing the NCAA, but it's okay. Chat, we're so happy that actually this was a great question that we had talking about the NCAA transition. And Trinity, you've been there. You've understood what it's like to be both an elite NCAA competitor and also an elite competitor within the senior elite program. What is that transition like?
Honestly, it's a hard transition, but one of the coolest transitions. And I had, honestly, my college career was literally the time of my life. I would do it all over again in a heartbeat. It's where I learned to love gymnastics. I found my confidence, and I learned that competing is a performance that I have a privilege to do. And I learned to enjoy every moment. And so when I came back to elite gymnastics after that, it didn't matter how well I did. It didn't matter if I got on the podium or not. I was there to enjoy every moment, and I truly did that.
That's beautiful. Beautifully said. And something that I was talking about with so many different people is that when you're a junior, especially at a competition like this, you're not really competing for Team USA yet. you've competing for your own bib number on the back of your uniform, and you're trying to get into the top national spots to make that senior national team or that American Cup or any other sort of international event ahead of you. But when you go to college, it's no longer about that last name. It's about the team, the team, the team, to steal some Michigan slang. It's all about your brothers or your sisters and that sisterhood that gets formed. I can only imagine that when they can bring that back from the college experience to then putting on a USA uniform, oh, talk about powerful.
Yes, absolutely.
Now on even more, world champions, Grace Esponda.
Really excited to watch this bar routine. Following up that massive vault for Reese. It'll be really interesting if she can keep that momentum up. So far, so clean.
Yes, and she's really improved on this event as well.
Great Ginger in the middle of the bars. I love that.
Nice Jaeger right after as well.
A little loose there on the pack.
Fought for that handstand.
Slinging it all together, I'll say that much.
She is.
But she made it through. Unscathed.
Absolutely. I love how she's always smiling. She is so cute.
Sure. I do too. I think you can always tell who appreciates the hard work when it all comes together. Now let's sit back and enjoy this performance on the floor like you talked about. Really cool combo pass that we've been hearing from the high performance team. That time, a full step out to a round off double back tuck. That's pretty cool. Lots going on here. Those intricate movements I get a little lost on, I'll be honest, I'll be frank. As you can imagine, I never really had to do any leap passes or leap skills, but I know that we're looking for full extension.
Yes, we are, and looking for finishing the leap completely.
Snuck that around.
She's doing a great job keeping up her artistry throughout the entire routine. The further you get into the routine, the more difficult it gets. You get tired, you're exhausted, you're focusing on the tumbling.
Wow, big double pike to end.
Very nice. That was a great routine.
Yeah, really well done for Addie Fulcher there. Charlie Bullock, one of your prospective winners for the competition. Let's see if she can master and survive the beam here. Really nice.
More of those small adjustments that we've been talking about. Looking for a little bit more extension on those leaps.
Sure. And is that something that you play a little safe maybe here, or that it just... I can only imagine that you're kind of just trying to survive, right? You're not trying to go for that massive 180, but the more that you train the 180, it comes more naturally. Is that right?
Yes, you are absolutely correct.
Surviving. Chat, we're almost at 4,000 viewers.
Wow, that was stunning.
Really nice twisting technique there. And obviously we're back to Hesley. Great 14.15. You know, while we were on tour, I was so impressed with how much Hesley was working. She only got to join us really for the weekends, but Hesley made it work, and she never let up.
And she's another beautiful bar swinger.
Wow. Just combo after combo after combo. While we were on the tour, that dismount was giving her a little bit of trouble. We'll see how she's adapted and changed and worked hard on it. Much better.
Yes, she's got it. Now I want you to pay attention to the way that she performs this floor routine.
Sure.
She's not doing it, she's performing it.
Whip full in. Oh my. Obviously trying to figure out those combos. We heard those are going to be brand new and much higher valued this time around in this code, in an effort to maybe nerf the United States.
Nice job. Very good routine for Simone Rose.
Really well done, and an appropriate response from the crowd too. And you gotta imagine, is that blue hair that she had in the back
That
a
is.
nod to the school that she's going to?
Well, she is committed to the University of Florida.
And I know somebody that also had a little bit of blue in their hair at times.
Who was that? Just kidding.
Had me on the spot there. I thought I knew. So obviously now we've got Claire, who's obviously one of those favorites to possibly win in the all-around today. We'll see how she continues on this bars effort. So far, so clean. But we know we still got the dismount.
Oh! Fought to stay on her feet. That will be a pretty significant deduction, though.
Sure.
Oh.
Ugh.
That's a very hard mount. A little bit off on that round off. But no problem getting this beam routine right back on track.
You know, Trinity, what's that like? You know, at the very beginning of beam, you don't go back to the board and try that all over again?
It depends on the skill, the connection, things like that. Because sometimes you do have to redo something in order to get credit for what you're trying to do. Other times you just need to keep moving forward.
And obviously there's some gymnastics IQ built in there where you know whether or not you got credit for that skill or if that's dependent on your start value, and you've got to add another skill here or there. Man, thinking on the fly, these gymnasts are impressive.
Yes, but
I've
most
always
times,
loved that skill.
Yes, I love a noties as well.
A nodie. I love it. Really nicely done. I always try and in my head like capture that max split range that these gymnasts do on beam because I'm trying to catch it. It's not familiar to me yet, but I'm like almost trying to take a photograph of it.
Yes, you want that 180 split. Anything less than that is a deduction.
For Gage Gymnastics,
And anything more is a bonus? No, I'm just kidding.
Unfortunately.
Do it. Huge double layout there. There's those combos.
Very nicely done.
Trinity, you loved competing floor, didn't you?
I enjoyed competing floor so much. I love tumbling.
Sure.
And then I, again, learned how to perform. Came more for me in college, I'd say. But it makes it even more fun. You get to perform for the judges, perform for the crowd, perform for yourself.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Right there, just didn't look like she had enough going into that 2.5.
Showing off some flexibility
Sure.
there. Very cool finishing pose.
Kaylee Sath of Gage Gymnastics on floor.
I've always really appreciated that finish at the very end. There have been many times where I've had my not best routine, and I have definitely moped off of the floor and moped off of an event. So, and definitely a little bit of a hypocrite. I tell my teammates at Michigan while I was still there, let's finish and let the judges have no idea how that routine went.
Yes.
Be as proud as you can be.
I unfortunately was also not very good at that.
Yeah, that only comes at the very end of the years, you know? So Trinity, I got to shout you out and give you some praise here. You've got a double layout that I believe contends to be the best one in the world. It is my favorite piece of NCAA women's gymnastics, just behind my fiance's back 1.5 on vault. Other than that, though, second to just that.
That means a lot. Thank you, Paul.
Hey, my pleasure.
I worked hard
I'm sure.
to figure out how to do a double layout. You would think it's something that came easy for me, but unfortunately it didn't.
Well, I think that's so important to hear, though. So talk to me a little bit about those skills, how long it takes to learn some of these elite level skills. It's easy to watch Simone Biles do a triple-double on floor and expect, why don't all the girls have this triple-double? Or the Yurchenko double pike, why isn't everyone doing an Aminar or a Yurchenko double pike, the Biles, or all her other vaults? Why does it take so long, and is it okay for it to take so long, and is that typical?
Yes, when I'm talking and mentoring some younger athletes, I always tell them that, first of all, your competition is you, only you. You're only ever going to be the best version of yourself. So that's first and foremost. Everyone's path to success looks different. And skill progression for everyone is different. Just because you take a little bit longer than one of your teammates does not mean that you're not good enough, does not mean that you won't get there. You are fully capable of getting there. You just have to keep working.
So important to hear at a young age.
Patience is key. It really is. Just the dismount left. Pulls it to her feet.
I've got so much respect for these young athletes. It's really true. They grow up extremely quickly and are forced to. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being here for Rotation 2. Tune back in just a couple of moments, and we'll have another very special guest, our brand new CEO, Kyle Albrecht, coming in to the stream. See you then.
See gymnastics' biggest stars at the 2026 Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships at the Mortgage Matchup Center in Phoenix. Cheer on Olympic medalists and the next generation of USA gymnastics stars as they rise to the challenge and vie for national titles. Tickets on sale now. Visit XfinityChampionships.com for more information. Don't miss any of the action at the 2026 Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships.
Earth, from the horizontal comforts of your couch, is merely dirt and sticks and moss and bugs and stuff. But when you're double backflipping off a backcountry cliff, or hallucinating on 1 million micrograms of exhaustion, you might just see Earth as a world of endless attractions. Welcome to the... Hello? Excuse me, I was still talking. Anyway, welcome to the world of... all conditions gear!
Sonia and Gerald trust Prevagen for their brains, and this is their story.
I'm Sonia.
And I'm Gerald, and we live in Jacksonville, Florida.
We are both military veterans, and we provide dental care for underserved communities. We have a very busy life.
We take Prevagen for our brains.
I would honestly say I like the way that Prevagen makes me feel. At the end of the day, I feel confident and amazing.
Prevagen has been the #1 selling brain supplement nationwide for over 10 years.
Helium Melanin showing beautiful control.
She's clearly a crowd favorite. The most reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Guaranteed. Xfinity. Imagine that.
To succeed in gymnastics, it takes strength, determination, dedication, and it takes you. The USA Gymnastics Foundation raises funds to empower athletes at all levels and disciplines of our sport and to enrich communities for all-around success. Give to the USA Gymnastics Foundation today, because their success starts with you.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We are going into rotation 3. Let's check out some of our leaders on each event. In first place, still with those 2 vaults, Claire Peace with a 14.25 on vault. On the bars, Charlie Bullock still holding strong with that 14.4. Hesley almost got there, but Trinity, I think she's going to be able to hold on.
I think she might. Those were 2 great bar routines.
Moving now onto the floor, we have in first place after that beautiful performance that you were just talking about from Simone Rose with a 13.45. And the beam, Charlie Bullock with that 13.8. Again, I think it's going to be about surviving, but I know that we still have a few really, really capable gymnasts coming up. And in our all-around, Hesley Rivera with a 28.45 is leading the effort, but I do want to say the meet is still definitely up for grabs from anybody.
It absolutely is. They're off to a great start. I'm really excited about rotation number 3.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, what we have for you all is a super special treat. Our brand new CEO and president of USA Gymnastics, Kyle Albrecht. Thank you so much for joining the stream. I can't think of a better organization to bring on their CEO as they embark on an awesome journey 2 years away from the Olympics. Thank you so much for joining the stream today.
It's awesome to be here. I'm excited to be here with you guys. My first elite competition since taking on the role, and the energy in here tonight, last night with the senior men, it's just been a fantastic weekend.
I'm sure, and as you possibly know, and maybe Trinity and I are biased, the athletes are what make the organization. And today we're seeing that on display. It's a re-ranking event for both the men and the women. A lot of stress, but also a lot of excitement, a lot of emotions, and a lot of great moments ahead of us.
Well, you can feel the anticipation both last night and then tonight, being able to name our first national teams of the year, headed into American Cup in 2 weeks' time. You can see how much it means to the athletes. I've had the opportunity to talk to a lot of parents, athletes, coaches, and there's just a lot of excitement as we get started on the elite competition headed into American Cup in 2 weeks' time.
Sure.
Speaking of excitement, for the fans that are watching, what should they be excited about for the future of USAG Gymnastics?
Well, obviously, we mentioned American Cup in just 2 weeks' time. You can see the talent on display here tonight. Last night with the men, I think it's just a hugely exciting time for USA Gymnastics. The depth of talent that we have, it's just going to be a fast runway into 2 years' time with LA28, but undoubtedly 2 of the most exciting years that you can really ever think of for the sport.
So Kyle, we got to understand a little bit of your history. So tell us a little bit about where you've come from, your own athletic journey, and I'm going to be honest, I don't remember if it was gymnastics, but you'll clarify that in a second. And then you'll also tell us a little bit about how the first 2 months of being CEO of USA Gym has been.
Yeah, so my background's in soccer, so played the sport. Unfortunately for me, wasn't nearly at the level of any of these athletes, but or really the 2 of you either. But turned it into my career. Have been in the sports business world, for the last 2 decades. Was at a sports brand for the first 10 years, and then more recently at a professional league at Major League Soccer. And so the opportunity to now come and be a part of the Olympic movement, be a part of the most watched sport in the Olympic movement, this runway we have to LA28, there's really no better time to join the organization. And we've got an amazing team at USA Gymnastics. I was really fortunate in the early days of really talking to folks at the organization, just seeing the passion that they have, seeing the folks in the community like yourselves that love coming back, giving back, and that's really what drew me in and has me super excited about the opportunity we have ahead of us over the next 2 years.
Sure. Talk about 2028 Olympic year, but those 2 very important letters that come before that, LA, Los Angeles, California. What is it going to be like to have an Olympics on U.S. home soil?
A domestic Olympics, there's really nothing like it. And I think when you think about the tailwinds that we have for this organization, what a domestic Olympics means, not only to USA Gymnastics, but the entire, Team USA movement. I can't wait to see. Obviously, this is kind of the start of really when we think about the next 2 years, starting with, these national teams that we named last night and then later on tonight. Again, it's going to be a fast runway over the next 2 years, but so many great opportunities, I think, to propel the sport forward. And that's really what, the excitement I have for the organization and for the gymnastics community. They've been so amazing at welcoming me in over the last 2 months. The opportunity that we have to give back to our gymnastics community and take the sport hopefully to new heights beyond LA28 is really what excites me, and hopefully excites our gymnastics community out there that I know is watching the stream, and excited to see how this ends up tonight.
Sure. Well, Kyle, I got one little joke for you. And when I was a junior, growing up in the Future Stars program, 10 years old, 11 years old, 12 years old, we would go to these national team camps, and the leaders of the camps would always say, there is going to be an Olympian in this room, a future world champion in this room. And I was always crazy to think, maybe they're talking about me. And luck have it, I had a great career and I had all those things that happened. But you as the CEO, could you see a future CEO in this room today on the field?
Look, I think that the beautiful thing about this sport, and as I've talked to folks across the gymnastics community and these athletes, is you can see the passion for the sport. And so whether they go on to be Olympians, obviously we have an Olympian in the room tonight, I think for me, whatever they go on and do, you can see that gymnastics sets them up for success in their life. And I think that's a beautiful thing about the sport. And for sure, I'm sure we have maybe more than one CEO awesome. in the room here tonight.
That's awesome. Well, Kyle, thank you so much for joining us today. What a privilege it is to have the man at the helm being here, leading us, and leading Team USA's effort to gold.
Yeah, Paul, I want to thank you and Trinity just for what you do to come back and be a part of USA Gymnastics and be a part of this evening tonight. It's really important, as I mentioned, to have our gymnastics community come back, and so we thank you for the role that you're playing. Getting some great feedback on the stream, those that are watching. So I really appreciate both of you doing this tonight.
Hey, chat, you heard that here first. CEO approved. Thank you so much, Kyle.
Thank you all. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. You as well.
Chat, how lucky are we to have the CEO of men's and women's gymnastics and all the other disciplines that come with USA Gymnastics on the stream today. What an honor. And to know that they want nothing but the best for these athletes. That's what's important. That's what I hear, at least as a former athlete. I hear Of course we want success, of course we want medals, and of course we want to have that international presence and that dominance. But at the end of the day, we're all humans. You know, what I hear is I want a fully diverse group of people and have things in their lives that make them happy. It's not just one thing. Let's diversify their interests and make sure that their lives are full as people, not just athletes.
Yes, and that's what's so special about having good leadership, right? And I'm so excited for a fresh perspective as he brings from a soccer background. And so I think it'll be really great for USAG.
And Trinity, one of our comments in the chat says, of course, Leanne Wong, the CEO.
Oh, yes.
How is that, man? Just even talking about just the amount of pressures that come along with competing, let alone, how about let's do medical school? How about let's feed the homeless and those who are less fortunate? How about we start a brand and a company around hair ties? How about we compete on the elite stage? How about we make the Olympics and go to UF? I mean, I'm exhausted just listing all these things out.
I always tell her days have more hours than mine or something. She's phenomenal.
Now Charlie Bullock, again, one of those athletes that we really think can take the all-around title today.
And just a reminder, this is her first year as a senior. Starting off with a huge full twisting double back and no lack of performance in this routine either.
Oh, I love the combo passes. Honestly, I would have done a punch front out of that if I was her. I think
she will.
Got that. I think she's got that. Great gymnastics happening all around the arena right now. Wow, handspring double full late in the set. Very impressive.
I really like this floor routine. Wow.
Yeah, really nicely done. Kind of looked like she was performing out there. Even as a first-time senior athlete, she was performing out there.
I'm excited for many more years of Charlie.
Coming up next on ball for Gage Gymnastics, Kaylee Sapp, followed by Gage's Annalisa Milton.
And just as a reminder, all of the routines today will be posted on YouTube. Right now, we're going through a little bit of a technical difficulty. We have never, in the history of the production team, encountered this kind of problem. But we hit an upload limit, Trinity.
Oh, no.
And we're working through that slowly but surely, and we will get all of these routines on YouTube. So please hang on to your seats. We will have those YouTube videos posted. So no worries if you want to go back and watch the uncommentated routines. They'll be there. Unfortunately, I don't know why you would do that. No, I'm just kidding. I love you guys, chat. Great so far for Reese on beam.
Just the dismount left.
Now, what do you think Reese's
huge round off double pike
collegiate career is going to look like?
Oh, I think she's going to be great. She has that fun spirit. She's always smiling. She always looks like she's having a great time. I'm sure she's a great teammate. I think she's going to have a lot of fun in college.
Sure. Well, you may have heard that name in the background. Hesley Rivera coming up next on the balance beam. But in the meantime, we've got Ali D'Amelio on the floor. Let's watch her perform.
Whip to triple full. Very difficult.
I like this unique kind of dancing style that I see going on here. Wow, really worked there. I was very impressed to see that she did not even go out of bounds nor mess up really the landing there. Trin, talk to me a little bit about the 10-0 system in college. I really wish that I knew what it was like to get a 10-0. I always thought that it was such an emotional moment, not just for the crowd, but for everybody involved on the team. Everybody knows when they say 10 and they see a 10, it's that feeling of elation. And Trinity, you're not only the perfect person to ask because you've been in the competition arena for women's gymnastics for so long, you actually hold the record for 28 10-0s in college. First of all, how does that feel? Second of all, what's it like to get just one of those in your career?
The 10 system is a lot of fun. It makes it easier for the casual fan to understand what's going on. Obviously, in elite, we've got that D score and we've got that E score. In college gymnastics, it's just the E score. So I think it's a lot of fun just because you keep striving for that perfection, even though I don't truly believe in perfection, if I'm being completely honest. But getting a 10 is very special. You work so hard on those little details, hoping that when you go out there, that hard work pays off. And luckily for me, it paid off a few times.
Oh, fantastic. I know my fiance, Raina, got 110 in her career. So far, I still think she's on the hunt this year and could do it again. But, man, it just was so emotionally awesome to be in that moment. A really important routine for Hesley is she's been kind of dormant a little bit since coming off of that 2024 Olympic gold medal team. So really love to see that she's still putting in the work. She's still in the talks. She's leading the all-around. I'm really excited to watch her continue to push herself and make another Olympic team.
Yes, and she's a phenomenal beam worker. She won this event at U.S. Championships last year. Very nice switch ring.
Really had to pull on that, but still made it around. Again, it's early in the season. It's only February. You can see that sigh of relief from her. She's happy to get off of that bend, not necessarily with any major errors.
Yes, that was a great beam routine. Very clean, no major deductions.
And here's Simone Rose's vault on her all-around campaign. Great, Yurchenko 1.5. You know, I really like to see that over-rotation on the Yurchenko full because that tells me they're ready for the next step.
Up next on beam for Woga will be Claire Thies.
Alicia Rosa now on floor. Really big first tumbling pass that she's going to start with here. I know that I saw her warming that up. It was a massive double layout. Let's see how she can execute it today. Here we go. Massive.
And fights to stay in bounds. Unfortunately, that flag did go up.
And as I told Christian, I think those lines are just kind of suggestions. No, in reality, I know that those lines seem so obvious and it seems like such a large error when you go out of bounds, but in reality, it really is only one extra tenth. You know, in the NCAA system, it's a lot more of an impact to your score, but here, if you're staying on your feet, it's just 1/10. Great combo pass there. Love the double back at the end of that sequence. Wow, that was a massive 1.5 step out, round off back handspring, double back. What a huge tumbling pass from Greta. Another one of those combo passes, 2 in a row. That's going to be boosting up her start value. You know, I understand what Fig was doing there, especially with leveling out the playing field, but I'll have to say, kind of feels like it was directed at one country in particular. Chat, 4.3 thousand viewers. We love every single one of y'all. We thank you for being a part of it, whether you're friends, whether you're family. We appreciate it so much. And what a gorgeous double pike to finish this routine. Obviously now it is going to be very interesting to see how Claire bounces back after that costly mistake on bars.
This is a phenomenal event for Claire. Her favorite event as well.
Still some struggles here. I wonder if she's kind of feeling the reverberations of that mistake earlier on. It's sometimes a little bit tough, like we talked about, to get that momentum. It's easy to go routine after routine after routine after you're hitting all of them, but a mistake, that starts wavering.
That was a beautiful front aerial connection.
Really nice. Just the dismount here. Oop, a little early.
She really needs to, I think that's supposed to be a switch half. So she really has to get that hip turned all the way around. Just the dismount, 2.5.
Great 2.5 there. Now it's time, ladies and gentlemen, for today's Prevagen memorable moment as we go back to 2024 with this bar routine from none other than my broadcast partner, Trinity the Legend Thomas. Trinity, what was this like to compete?
I think this was actually I'm pretty sure this was the first event. So this was my very first routine back to elite gymnastics, and I was swinging on Fig again for like the first time. So it was a lot of adjusting and just sticking through to the end for the routine, but I was so super proud of that moment.
Well, we are all so happy to see that success on the elite stage. Prevagen for your brain. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we've got one more athlete on the beam before we go to the final rotation of the event. Last up on beam, we're going to have Caroline Moreau. Talk about that little high five. You know, that obviously seems like something that they've rehearsed before, that they know. What's that like for the athlete to kind of calm the nerves right before they go?
Yes, the athlete knows exactly what to do, but it always helps to get some last-minute encouraging words from your coach.
And did you have something like that while you were at Florida?
Yes, I had something like that throughout my entire career. My coaches were super supportive of me and knew me well enough to know exactly what I needed before I went. So I absolutely loved when my coaches came and talked to me before my events.
Obviously now just waiting for that judging. I mean, this is probably some of the most annoying part, in my opinion, as an athlete of the competition. I'm ready to go. My body's hot. I'm ready. I'm firing. I know what exactly I'm going to do when I get on the event, and I just got to wait. We call this icing, and everybody knows what that means, but they're icing them. How do your nerves start ramping up during these moments?
I think it kind of depends on the athlete. For me, sometimes I would get so nervous right before I went that if there was a pause for judging, it actually gave me a little bit more time to lower my heart rate, close my eyes, focus on my breathing. So it's kind of what you make of the moment. What do you need in that moment? If you don't want to stand up there, don't stand up there until the judges are just about ready. You know, it just figure out what you need in moments like those.
Sure. Well, here we go. Caroline Monroe from Texas Dreams. Wow.
So that switch leap mount may have been supposed to be connected, or maybe that's an upgrade that she'll be working on.
That was incredible. Triple wolf turn. Perfectly executed.
There's another one of those very difficult series. Side aerial to layout step out, but she makes it look so simple. She looks so confident up there. This is one of her favorite events. Sticks with that connection there.
A little breath there. I love that.
It's so important to breathe when you're on beam.
Fantastic. Had to work for it, obviously, but got the double pike to her feet.
That was a great routine.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us through 3 rotations. What a treat to have had Chelsea Memel, the legend, and our brand new CEO of USA Gymnastics joining us, talking about the future of these great women. We'll be back in just a few moments.
clearly a crowd favorite.
The most reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Guaranteed. Xfinity. Imagine that.
Keep going. Keep working. Keep climbing. And always keep playing. With the exceptional orthopedic care at Baptist Health, with a skilled team of dedicated specialists, along with advanced services and procedures, it's no wonder most people choose us to help them keep moving and doing the things that move them. Find a Baptist Health provider today.
Come see gymnastics like never before at the 2026 American Cup, March 7th at Lee's Family Forum. Be there as Las Vegas hosts this international team showdown with the world's best men and women competing side by side in a high-stakes elimination format where only one nation remains. You've never seen gymnastics like this. Tickets on sale now. Visit AmericanCup.com for more information. Don't miss any of the excitement at the 2026 American Cup.
Well, welcome back, and let's check out our leaderboards. On vault, in second place, Izzy Stassi with the 13.4, and our leader, Claire Peace, with a 14.25. Our leader on bars, Charlie Bullock, with that 14.4. I think it's going to hold. Moving on to the beam, in first place right now, Hesley Rivera with a 14.2. And, of course, moving into floor, Simone Rose still with that beautiful performance and a 13.45. And in the all-around, in first place, Hesley Rivera with that 42.65. And in second place, Charlie Bullock chasing after her with that 41.6. And in third place, Claire Peace with the 41.25. And just wanted to do a quick little shout-out to all of the incredible people working this great event, making the production team possible. First, our camera operator, we've got Olivia Warren. In our next camera operator, we've got Maddie Howell. Our third camera operator, we've got Jack Eads. And finally, our fourth camera operator, we've got Cade Johnson. Just a great, great, great effort from all four of our amazing camera operators to capture all of this great gymnastics. On top of that, we will be having all of these routines on the YouTube USA Gymnastics page. Maybe not right away. I can't promise quickness, but I can promise completeness. Going through a little bit of an upload problem. We're getting through that as an organization, and we'll make sure that all of these fantastic women get shouted out, with or without commentary.
In fourth place for Pacific Reign, Simone Rose, 40.2. In third place for Boga, Claire Peace, 41.
Here we go with rotation number 4, Reese Esponda starting out on the floor. Very, very excited for this last rotation, Trinity. Almost just called you Charlie.
Reese is so good on this event.
Here we go, Reese, a massive tumbler.
Whip to double layout.
Yeah, that's next level.
Yeah, that's pretty hard.
You used a back handspring. Why didn't you do it from a whip?
I don't even know if I can do a whip, to be honest. Full twisting double back. I can almost guarantee she's working on a double-double for that second pass.
Absolutely.
What a unique pass, and she sticks it.
I thought there was something, there was a mistake there, but no, that was intentional. Whip, front Branny, punch double back. Now that's unique. That's unique.
Double pike.
4 tumbling passes.
Yes, we've seen some 3 pass, we've seen some 4 pass. Reese is a great tumbler. So, of course, she's going to take advantage of that 4th pass and use that tumbling to her advantage. That was a good floor routine.
That was a great floor routine, and what a way to cap off that all-around effort. Here's Charlie. What a gorgeous.
Absolutely beautiful.
Full. And next on vault, that was Ali D'Amelio with that 1.5 effort that just might not be ready yet. Chat, who's winning this meet? Throw some predictions in the chat right now. We've got 4.3 thousand people in here. We're appreciative of the kind words that you guys have been saying to us. Trinity and I are having a lot of fun watching great gymnastics and having fantastic guests on here. We cannot wait to see who comes away and wins this all-around title. Here we go with Alicia Rosa. Well, no matter how badly I butchered that first name pronunciation, she slammed that Yurchenko double full. Fantastic double full, and Miss Rosa, I apologize wholeheartedly. Here we go, our 2024 Olympic gold medalist, Hesley, in her all-around campaign. I mean, and one of the best parts about what Chelsea, Alicia, and Betty were talking about is they are excited for that next generation of leaders to fill that gap if they may need be. That is a new and large tumbling pass. You got to imagine that Hesley has learned how to compete from her experience and exposure to people like Simone Biles, Jordan Chiles, Suni Lee. She was right there. She has a gold medal. She knows what it takes to be at that top level.
And can I just take a second to say that that leap pass, gorgeous. That turn, phenomenal.
Really well done.
Very nice. Wow, what a way to end the night for Hesley.
I mean, you talked about it, Trinity. You love competing and ending on floor. You know what's coming up next on the uneven bars, Trinity? The unique dismount that we were talking about from Kaylee Sath. She's got such a style with her, and she's got the ability to do one of the dismounts that I've never seen, and I hear that it's actually common back in the days, and really excited to see that unique gymnastics coming out again. Hopefully she can have a clean path to that dismount. Toe on full there. It's a little past. Really well executed. Here we go. Oh! I jinxed it again, Trinity.
Yeah, I'm going to need you to stop.
I jinxed it again. And I thought towards the end of the competition that I was going to be done jinxing. Lila Richardson there, finishing up strong on ball. Maybe not the day she was necessarily hoping for, but a lot to learn from. Claire Peace now making her floor effort. That 13.15 on bars obviously going to be holding her back. She's going to be thinking about that error, but I know that she has more in the tank. And come these international competitions, come that American Mixed Cup, whether she's American Cup with the mixed team format, whether or not she's selected is yet to be determined. However, I know that she's got big aspirations for herself.
Now on floor for Boca, Claire Peace.
Definitely one of those athletes that's able to perform on the floor here.
Double twisting, double back. Comes up a little short, stays on her feet.
Sure. No ankle tape there, you know, that's full impact on those ankles. Huge double pike. I know she's looking to upgrade that pass as well. Obviously those combos just a little bit all over the place on this routine. However, it's early in the season. Again, I have a feeling that when we watch these routines come U.S. Championships, ironclad. Another 4-pass routine, Trinity.
Very
Fantastic.
nicely done. She's such a fierce competitor. I love watching her.
Obviously, some bits and bobbles there. However, again, I think it's early in the season. I think these routines are going to be tried multiple times going into the U.S. Championships and the international calendar. Here we have now Annalisa Milton trying to finish off on a really high note. Nicely done there. Unfortunately, has to break her momentum a little bit. Toe on full. Great pack. Legs getting just a little bit loose there. Love the ginger in the middle. I just do.
Wow.
Fantastic. NCAA recognizable and World Gymnastics caliber stick. Chat, 4.3 viewers. You guys must be enjoying the show. Addie Fulcher right now making her bars effort. Little bit of a crush momentum there, however, is able to get back up with that Kips press handstand. All right, Addie.
Way to fight through that bar routine.
Sure.
Wasn't easy, but she got it done.
Still 51 on the day. Caroline Moreau now making her concentrated floor effort.
Now a floor exercise for Texas Dreams, Caroline Moreau.
Trinity, do you see a lot of the same gyms producing that top talent across the country? Or would you say nowadays a great gymnast can come from anywhere with the right kind of coaching?
I do believe a great gymnast can come from anywhere. However, we do see a lot of the same gyms producing some great athletes. Huge double layout. Full in.
Mm-hmm.
She's very powerful.
And you can tell this routine has to be well versed for her. No sting mats. Chef's kiss right there. I have always struggled to enjoy seeing people get into that wolf turn position. I myself have never done a wolf turn, but I see people kind of setting up for it always. Really like the way that she did that. Pulls that around to her feet.
Wow. Great routine. She actually won the all-around in the junior division last year at U.S. Championships, so it's very nice to see her out here, first-year senior. Now we're moving over to bars. Izzy Stassi on her favorite event. Oh.
Aye.
So you see how she's trying not to touch the ground, trying to minimize her deductions. However, those extra swings are deductions as well.
They all add up, don't they?
Huge release. Oh, she did kick the low bar, really threw her off there. Hopefully her toes are okay.
Yeah. You know, and you only really have 30 seconds, so it kind of looks like she's taking her time, but that timer starts as soon as you get off the equipment. Although you do have 30 seconds, you can collect yourself and whatnot, but you got to get back on there.
She's going to be looking to finish strong here.
Sure.
Oh. Oh, no.
This is sometimes the most brutal part of the sport. You just want to be done.
So this is sometimes where the coach steps in. Making sure that she can finish her bar routine safely is the most important thing. So looks like she's going to finish.
Obviously, always just concerned about the safety of these athletes. They work
Yes.
so hard. And still goes for the massive full twisting double layout. Trinity, I've been there so many times where I have mistakes that I feel like don't showcase my ability, and that's the worst. You know that you're a better gymnast than that.
It happens to everyone. It's okay to have mistakes. She's going to go back and she's going to work on them and be even better next time.
Going into this last competitive routine of the evening, on floor from Isabella Anzola. So far, so clean. Smiles on her face. Loving the performance, loving the spotlight.
Double pike.
Great double pike to finish. I mean, that's how you cap off a good weekend. A great, great, great day. Trinity, what a treat we had today. From the junior women earlier in the day to the senior women towards the very end. How lucky are we to be able to watch that next generation of athletes? Fans, we are so, so blessed to be able to be here today and watch all this great gymnastics. Trinity and I have to get home. We've got our real jobs, our real lives to get back to. We've had a blast being here with you all. And Trinity, any final thoughts?
I am so excited for Team USA this year. These young ladies look amazing, and we wish them the best of luck through the rest of their season.
Fantastic. Production crew, just want to give a quick shout out to everybody that's helped make this weekend possible. Obviously, Emily Barker, our producer, Rachel Henderson, our director, Chris Dunlop, our engineer, Brian Short for replay, Evan Stowell, our graphics, Cade, Olivia, Jack, Maddie, Ryan and Drew on the camera, Dan Mowdy, our amazing and iconic PA announcer, and of course, shout out Christian, Trinity for joining me, being here for the best 2 days of competitions that I've seen in 2026. Ladies and gentlemen, please stay on the air, watch the leaderboard, the results will come, we're out of here. Thank you so much. Have a great evening.
Come see gymnastics' biggest stars at the 2026 Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships at the Mortgage Matchup Center in Phoenix. Cheer on Olympic medalists and the next generation of USA gymnastics stars as they rise to the challenge and vie for national titles. Tickets on sale now. Visit XfinityChampionships.com for more information. Don't miss any of the action at the 2026 Xfinity U.S. Gymnastics Championships.
Earth, from the horizontal comforts of your couch, is merely dirt and sticks and moss and bugs and stuff. But when you're double backflipping off a backcountry cliff, or hallucinating on 1 million micrograms of exhaustion, you might just see Earth as a world of endless attractions. welcome to the...
Hello? Excuse me, I was still talking.
Anyway, welcome to the world of...
All conditions, gear!
Sonia and Gerald trust Prevagen for their brains, and this is their story.
I'm Sonia.
And I'm Gerald, and we live in Jacksonville, Florida.
We are both military veterans, and we provide dental care for underserved communities. We have a very busy life.
We take Prevagen for our brains.
I would honestly say I like the way that Prevagen makes me feel. At the end of the day, I feel confident and amazing.
Prevagen has been the #1 selling brain supplement nationwide for over 10 years.
Helium Melanin showing beautiful control.
He's clearly a crowd favorite.
The most reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Guaranteed. Xfinity. Imagine that.
To succeed in gymnastics, it takes strength, determination, dedication, and it takes you. The USA Gymnastics Foundation raises funds to empower athletes at all levels and disciplines of our sport and to enrich communities for all-around success. Give to the USA Gymnastics Foundation today, because their success starts with...
At this time, we present the individual event awards of the 2026 Winter Cup Senior Women's Competition. We begin tonight's ceremony with the presentation of awards on vault. 2 gymnasts completed the required number of vaults for an apparatus award. In second place, winning the silver medal from Gym Extreme is Istasi. And in first place, the 2026 Winter Cup Senior Women's Vault Champion, winning the gold medal from Woga, Claire Peace. There they are, your 2026 Winter Cup Vault medalists. We continue the award ceremony with the presentation of awards for uneven bars. In 8th place, from Pacific Range Gymnastics, Simone Rose. In 7th place, from Texas Dreams Gymnastics, Caroline Moreau. In 6th place, from World Champion Center, Reese Esponda. In 5th place, from Great American Gymnastics Express, Annalisa Milton. In 4th place, from Woga, Claire Peace. In 3rd place, winning the bronze medal, from IGN, Greta Crow. In 2nd place, winning the silver medal, from Woga, Hesley Rivera. In 1st place, the 2026 Winter Cup Senior Women's Bars Champion, winning the gold medal from Capital Gymnastics, Charlie Bullock. There they are, your 2026 Winter Cup Senior Women's Uneven Bars medalists. And now, the award ceremony for balance beam. In 8th place on beam for Georgia Elite, Addie Fulcher. In 7th place for Pacific Rain, Simone Rose. In 6th place from IGN, Greta Crow. In 5th place, from Woga, Isabella Anzola. In 4th place, from Texas Dreams, Caroline Moreau. In third place, winning the bronze medal from Capital National Training Center, Charlotte Bullock. In second place, winning the silver medal from Woga, Claire Pease. In first place, the 2026 Winter Cup Senior Women's Beam Champion, winning the gold medal for Woga, Hesley Rivera. There they are, your 2026 Winter Cup Balance Beam medalists. And now the award ceremony for floor. In 8th place, from Georgia Elite, Addie Fulcher. In 7th place, from Woga, Claire Pease. In 6th place, from Gym Extreme, Izzy Stasi. Finishing in 5th place, from Texas Dreams, Caroline Moreau. In 4th place, from Capital National Training Center, Charlotte Bullock. In 3rd place, winning the bronze medal from Pacific Rain, Simone Rose. In 2nd place, winning the silver medal for World Champion Center, Reese Esponda. In 1st place, the 2026 Winter Cup Senior Women's Floor Champion, winning the gold medal from Woga, Hesley Rivera. Here they are, your 2026 Winter Cup Floor medalists. And now we continue the award ceremony with the presentation of the awards in the all-around competition. In 8th place, from Hills Gymnastics, Alessia Rosa. In 7th place from IGN, Greta Kroeb. In 6th place from Pacific Reign, Simone Rose. In 5th place from Texas Dreams, Caroline Moreau. In 4th place from World Champion Center, Reese Esponda. In 3rd place, winning the bronze medal from Woga, Claire Peace. In 2nd place, winning the silver medal from Capital Gymnastics Center, Charlie Bullock. In 1st place, the 2026 Winter Cup Senior Women's All-Around Champion, winning the gold medal from Woga, Hesley Rivera. Here they are, your 2026 Winter Cup Senior Women's All-Around medalists. Gymnastics fans, we are just moments away from the very first time, introducing you to your 2026 U.S. National Women's Team. And now, gymnastics fans, please join us in welcoming your 2026 Senior Women's National Team. These national team members will represent the USA this year in national and international competition. Your 2026 Senior National Team members are Hesley Rivera, Charlie Bullock, Reese Esponda, Claire Peace, Caroline Moreau, Simone Rose, and Greta Crow. The 6 senior athletes representing Team USA in the upcoming Jesolo Trophy in Jesolo, Italy will be Reese Esponda, Simone Rose, Greta Crow, Charlie Bullock, and Caroline Moreau. And the 3 senior athletes representing Team USA at the American Cup in Las Vegas, Nevada will be Hesley Rivera, Claire Peace, and Charlie Bullock. Gymnastics fans, let's hear it one more time for these incredible athletes that will represent the USA in international competition. Your 2026 Senior Women's U.S. National Team. Many thanks to all of the athletes who competed here at the 2026 Winter Cup in Louisville, Kentucky, USA this weekend. And congratulations to the medalists. Gymnastics fans, many thanks to you for joining us and bringing the roar to the Kentucky International Convention Center all weekend long, and for your support of USA Gymnastics athletes.